Today, we are going to tackle one of the biggest, most intimidating questions we ever face in our lives. What should I do with my life? Right? It can feel like you're standing in front of a signpost with 1,000 different directions. But what if there was a compass? Let's figure out how you can get one.
Ah, yes, the classic question. We've all been there. You're at some family gathering, and suddenly you're put on the spot. For a lucky few, the answer is easy. But for most of us, it's a source of lifelong anxiety. But what if I told you that not having a perfect 10-year plan is actually completely normal?
That's right. You heard it. Research shows that most career paths aren't some straight, perfect line. Nope. They're winding roads full of unexpected turns, lucky breaks, and just pure chance. So right now, let's just take all that pressure off and explore how to navigate that road with a little more confidence.
And it really is a big question, one that honestly never really goes away. Let's start by digging into why this feeling of uncertainty isn't just for new graduates. It's pretty much a modern fact of life for almost everyone.
Yeah, this is not just a high school graduation problem. Not at all. With so many more opportunities for education and a constantly changing job market, adults are switching careers now more than ever. The question, what do I want to be? It really doesn't have an expiration date.
So, okay, if our career path is this winding road and not a superhighway, how in the world do we find our true north? Well, we need a compass. And, luckily for us, there are some really powerful tools out there designed to do just that.
Now, these are not magic crystal balls, okay? They're not going to tell you your destiny. They are simply tools. Tools designed to help you understand yourself better, to see how your own unique interests and your personality might line up with the world of work. Think of them as giving you clues, not command.
This quote right here from vocational psychologist Tom Krayshak, it perfectly captures the whole point. It's not really about the career, it's about the person. It's about figuring out who you are first so you can find an environment where you're actually going to thrive. So how do these tests actually work? What's the secret sauce? Well, we're about to crack the code that powers so many of them. And you might be surprised to find it's an elegant and pretty simple system for organizing the entire world of work.
Everybody, meet John Holland. Back in the 1970s, this psychologist developed a totally groundbreaking theory that has become the foundation for modern career counseling. His idea was simple, but, profound. We can classify both people and work environments into just a few key themes.
And here they are. These are the 6 themes, often called the PSYC model. You can see why. Think of these as 6 basic personality types when it comes to the work we do. Most of us are a blend of these, with some being way more dominant than others. So as we go through them, see which ones kind of jump out at you.
All right, first up, we've got the doers. These are your realistic types. They love practical, hands-on work. Think carpenters, mechanics, chefs, anyone who gets that deep satisfaction from building or fixing something you can actually touch.
Then we have the thinkers. These are the investigative types. They are natural problem solvers, totally drawn to science and data. They're the engineers, the lab techs, the forensic scientists who just love digging into a complex puzzle.
Next up, the creators. These are our artistic types. They absolutely thrive on self-expression and unstructured environments. This is the world of writers, painters, designers, and musicians.
Are you a helper? Well, then you're probably a social type. You're motivated by teaching, helping, and caring for others. This covers all sorts of professions, like nursing, counseling, teaching, and social work.
Okay, next we've got the persuaders. Enterprising people are natural leaders. They enjoy things like sales, management, and influencing other people to achieve some kind of common goal.
And finally, we have the organizers. These are our conventional types, the people who bring order to chaos. They excel in structured roles that require precision, like accounting, project management, or data analysis.
But here's what's really clever about this whole system. It's how these types relate to each other. Holland arranged them in a hexagon. Themes that are next to each other, well, they're pretty similar. So for example, social and artistic types often share traits. But themes on opposite sides of the hexagon, like realistic and social, are often very, very different. So this is where it gets really practical. Your results on a test like this aren't just one theme, but a 3-letter Holland code based on your top 3 types. For instance, a helicopter pilot might be RIS. That's realistic, investigative, and social. A tax preparer could be CES, conventional, enterprising, and social.
See how this simple code creates a much richer, more nuanced picture of what a job actually involves?
Okay, so we've got the code, but before you rush off to take one of these tests, it is absolutely vital that we talk about their limitations. Because, look, these are powerful tools, but they are not destiny.
You'll find a lot of tests out there, like the strong interest inventory or the self-directed search, that are built on Holland's model, but how they're used can be really different. Some are designed to be interpreted with a professional counselor, while others are made for you to do completely on your own.
The legendary career guru Richard Nelson Bowles left us with 5 absolutely essential rules for using these tests. And the big message here? Trust yourself. No test knows you better than you know you. Your gut feeling, your intuition is critical. A test score is just data. You are the one who provides the meaning. Ultimately, here's what it all boils down to. These tests do not give you the answer. What they do is give you better questions to ask yourself. They're designed to open your eyes to possibilities you might never have considered. Think of them as a launchpad for exploration, a really fantastic starting point for your own research.
So, we've cracked the code, we've laid out the map. The compass is officially in your hands. The real question now is, what journey are you going to choose?